All right, diving right in today. We're taking a deep dive into a recipe that you sent our way. You were hoping we could really break it down, huh, for ultimate health and flavor. And get this, it's time to say goodbye to those boring lunches because we're talking about your healthy grilled chicken salad.
Just glancing at the ingredients you sent over, I can already tell you're on the right track.
Okay, so looking at this recipe, a few things jumped out at me. Arugula, feta, avocado. Like, this isn't your grandma's chicken salad, you know?
You're spot on, and that's what makes this recipe so exciting. Choosing the right ingredients makes all the difference. Take the arugula, for example. You mentioned wanting more antioxidants in your diet, right?
Right, yeah.
Well, it turns out arugula has even more than spinach. It's a nutritional powerhouse.
Good to know. So we've got the arugula, the feta, avocado. It looks like we've also got some cherry tomatoes in there, cucumber, red onion.
All fantastic choices. You've got a whole medley of fresh flavors going on there. That crunchy, tangy, savory mix is what's going to make this salad so satisfying.
Exactly. It can't just be healthy, right? It's got to taste amazing, too. And speaking of flavor, can we talk about the marinade for this chicken? Because honestly, reading through the recipe, it seemed kind of basic, you know? But I'm guessing there's more to it.
You're right to be suspicious. That seemingly simple marinade is pulling double duty. You've got your olive oil, salt, and pepper, which are pretty standard, but they're not just for taste. Now, the recipe does mention garlic powder or paprika if you want to add a little kick. But honestly, even without them, the acid from the lemon juice is doing some important work in tenderizing the chicken.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Let's unpack that for a sec because now you've got my attention. What's the connection between lemon juice, tenderizing, and tastier chicken?
I'm glad you asked. This is where understanding a bit of food science can really up your cooking game. See, those acids in the lemon juice, they're actually breaking down the protein fibers in the chicken,
Huh.
which means you end up with a much more tender and juicier piece of chicken.
That makes so much sense. So it's not just about adding flavor, it's actual science. I love it. And speaking of, the recipe says to marinate for at least 30 minutes, which seems pretty doable, even on a busy weeknight.
Definitely.
But it also mentions that you can marinate it overnight. I was just going to say, overnight marinating. Sign me up. That sounds like a total game changer for busy weeknights. But is it, like, really better or just more convenient?
Oh, it makes a difference, for sure. Like we were talking about, the longer those acids do their thing, the more tender and flavorful your chicken is going to be. But there are a couple of things to keep in mind for overnight marinating.
Okay, so what are the, like, pro tips here? How do we make sure our overnight marinade doesn't turn into a science experiment gone wrong?
First things first, double bagging.
Mm.
It's your best friend. Nobody wants a leaky marinade situation happening in their fridge. Or, even better, if you've got one, a glass container is ideal. It's not going to absorb any flavors or odors.
Smart. All right, so we've got our perfectly marinated chicken all ready to go. Time to fire up the grill, right?
Let's do it.
The recipe mentions aiming for that 165 internal temp. And I have to admit, I love getting those nice grill marks on there, you know?
Oh, for sure. Nothing better than a good grill mark.
Right. But what if our listener doesn't have a grill, though? Not everyone's working with an outdoor space right now.
That's a great point. It's definitely not a one-size-fits-all situation. But I did notice the recipe had some suggestions for alternative cooking methods.
Oh, good. What'd they say?
A grill pan. A grill pan is an awesome alternative. You'll still get those nice sear marks. And you can even get some of that smoky flavor if you've got a gas stove.
Okay, yeah. I use my grill pan all the time.
Exactly. Or if you're really short on time, just bake it. Baking the chicken in the oven works perfectly well. Just adjust the cooking time.
Perfect. Now, this next part of the recipe always gets me. Because, honestly, sometimes I'm tempted to just skip it. And
Yeah.
that is letting the chicken rest. After cooking. Why is that so important? I never do it.
I get it. It seems like one of those extra steps.
Yeah.
But it's all about the juices. See, when you cut into that hot chicken straight off the grill, all those delicious juices, they just run out onto your cutting board.
Oh, yeah.
But if you let it rest, even for like 5 minutes, those juices have a chance to redistribute. And that means a way juicier, more flavorful chicken salad.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I can get behind that. Plus, I guess it gives me a minute to, like, pull the rest of the salad ingredients together.
Oh, like,
Yeah, exactly. Multitasking in the kitchen, right?
Always. And speaking of which, this is where I think this recipe really shines. You've got that beautiful base of greens, those juicy tomatoes, that cool cucumber.
Oh, and the arugula. Don't forget the arugula.
Right. And the feta, creamy, tangy, just brings everything together. Little tip for the avocado, though. Slice it right before serving.
So it doesn't brown.
Exactly. Now, the dressing, I love how they keep it simple. Olive oil, balsamic vinegar, Dijon.
And a little honey or maple syrup if you want it sweeter.
Yeah, exactly. It's classic for a reason,
Yeah.
Lets those fresh flavors really come
I'm
through.
getting hungry just thinking about it. Okay, so we've got our chicken, we've got our salad all prepped, we've got our dressing, time to assemble this masterpiece. Any final words of wisdom?
You got it. Just remember this recipe. It's like a starting point. You've got all the building blocks for an amazing meal, but don't be afraid to get creative.
Ooh, you mean like try different toppings or swap some things out?
Exactly. Maybe some sunflower seeds for crunch, or instead of feta, try goat cheese. You could even add some quinoa if you wanted to make it more of a meal.
Love it. And that goes back to what you were saying about this salad being more than just, a salad. It's about giving your body what it needs.
Absolutely. Lean protein from the chicken, healthy fats from the avocado, and olive oil, all those vitamins and minerals from the veggies.
So it's delicious and it's doing your body good.
Exactly.
I think we've officially cracked the code on a truly healthy grilled chicken salad that's both good for you and bursting with flavor.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And the best part is the possibilities are endless, really.
That's the beauty of cooking, isn't it? And with that, we want to leave you with a little something to think about. What ingredients would we add to this salad to make it your own? Happy cooking.